During the medieval period, we had British nationalist John Locke. We already talked about him, how he believed in the concept of sense organs. So, experience through the sense organ was very important, and he believed in the concept of tabula rasa, which is the clean slate. And he said that every imprint which goes into the mind is imprinted onto the clean slate. So, any information that you get through the sense organ gets imprinted in our mind, and that's what is called as tabula rasa. Our mind is a clean slate and is greatly being influenced by the things around. Aquinas, as we already said, focused on free will. Emotions was his main concept, and he talked about the three faculties of soul: the rational, sensitive, and the nutritive faculty. So the medieval writers, specifically like Aquinas, focused greatly on the concept of emotions. The next was Leibniz. Leibniz focused on human perception. He said that mental activities are part of an invisible continuum. That means there is always a difference between consciousness versus unconsciousness, but we need to maintain a fine balance between that consciousness and unconsciousness to understand that visible continuum. And that was what was explained by Leibniz in the concept laid down by him. And his theory proposed the concepts of human perception in 1600, and the principles of calculus was also applied to his theory. So his theory also applied the principle of calculus to the concept of human mind. So concept of calculus was applied to human mind. The next was Christian Wolff. Christian Wolff was explained that psychology has its own science. He gave the work as Psychologia Empirica and Psychologia Rationalis. So Wolff said that it's very important that during the medieval period we understand that psychology is its own science, and his two major works were Psychologia Empirica and Psychologia Rationalis. The next was Kant. Kant specifically focused on anthropology, and while focusing on anthropology, he said psychology is nothing but a subdivision or a sub branch of anthropology itself, and he explained that mind can be understood by division in thoughts. So whenever we do divisions in thought, we can understand the mind, and it is thoughts that can only separate the inner observations. So our inner observations can be separated through our thought process. The next was the concept of psychology in England. So psychology in England laid down one of the very famous concept of pseudoscience, which is known as phrenology. Phrenology is a concept where bumps in the head are studied. So bumps in the skull are studied, and those bumps in the skull explain the mental trait of an individual. So they explain the mental trait of an individual. So England was well known for its populated asylums, the alcoholism, the violence that exists, and all those traits, the mental traits, could be understood by the concept of phrenology. And this was the concept which developed in the medieval period in England, and there is where we see the development of psychology started. Now, during the modern period, we had various concepts which were laid down. Sigmund Freud was known as the father of modern psychology. He laid down the concept of psychoanalysis, which was one of the treatment methodologies where free association and dream analysis were the major parts of his concept. And then he break down the mind into consciousness, pre-consciousness, and unconsciousness. He also gave the concept of id, ego, and superego that we would understand when we would talk about the Freud's concept of psychoanalysis. The next important scholar was Skinner. Similar to Pavlov, Pavlov talked about conditioning. Skinner also talked about conditioning, but it was the instrumental or operant conditioning, and he focused on the concept of reinforcement and punishment. Again, positive or negative punishment and positive or negative reinforcement was explained. Then is Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget talked about how cognition is important and cognition plays an important role. So he laid down the 4 stages of life. What are those stages? Pre-operational, sensory motor, concrete operational, and formal operational. Okay, so those were the four stages which were laid down by Jean Piaget. And then Maslow's humanistic psychology. The concept of humanistic psychology laid down the basic needs of psychology, starting from the primary needs to the highest need, which is the need of self-esteem. So from the primary need, the basic needs for survival, then the need for belonging, then the need for achievement, and finally the need for self-esteem or the existence of self, which become important. And these were the concepts which were laid down as part of the modern period.